Hey, everybody, welcome back.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for being here.
Yep. It is Monday. It's the 27th. It's just our last February broadcast.
Yes.
So, interesting little ditty. It's funny I say that. Interesting ditty about Jack and Diane. I actually was on a webinar, a webinar on Friday afternoon. The drummer who did Jack and Diane was the special guest.
Really nice.
Guess what? He has his own wine. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this. All right.
Yeah.
Not only that, his assistant, who is a wine, she is a wine, wine writer for magazines,
Okay.
connected with her. Yes, they're both going to be on the show. They both agreed. They're like, yeah, we'll do that. Heck yeah. And I'm like, yes.
Really?
So
Very
anyway,
exciting.
it was pretty exciting to hear. So that was my little ditty this week.
Very nice.
I know, and I waited till today to tell you.
Well, I'm glad you did. I think it was worth the wait.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Put the volume on this. Where did I run through this? Hold on 1 second. That deserves a pom-pom.
Yeah. So I can't find Cindy's calendar. Cindy, I hung it up somewhere, and I don't remember where. It's probably on one of the back sides of the closet doors here. I can't remember where I hung it. But today is National Strawberry Day.
That is so cool.
And I'm sure if Cindy comes along, she'll tell us that's National Strawberry Day, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, National Strawberry Day. And like on a fluke last week, we decided to do a strawberry from actually it's called fresh strawberry from Mary's Margarita, it says.
Yep.
So it's only because I seen this last week and I'm like, you know what? We need to do a drink with this.
Yes. So it took a moment to pick it up because we had snow here and then we had ice and it was just craziness. And you know what? I don't mind driving a little bit in the snow. I have studded tires, but with the craziness that was on the way there, they had been stopped for hours because there was a slight incline and the semis got stuck, vehicles got stuck, they were sliding all over the place, and so they were just stuck. And I'm like, I am not going to go put myself in that. So it was like, okay, when can I pick this up? So I picked it up today.
You didn't ask Gary to deliver it?
He didn't want to be out in that ugliness either. But I was also going to be driving in that direction anyway today. So it was going to be easy enough for me to go, which, it was like perfect timing. It worked out pretty well. It's like, okay, I got him my appointment earlier than anticipated. He was available. So this is fresh out of the stock. Now, one of the things that, ladies, in case you didn't know, there's a lot of fresh strawberries in here, like true fresh strawberries. That is probably going to change. The cost of everything is going up exponentially. What it costs to get made and what it's sold for, it's at a loss.
Oh, wow.
So it is important that y'all, if you want some absolute fresh strawberries in this, get it now because they're going to be changing the recipe ever so slightly, still maintain the integrity of the drink, but at the same time, you don't want to have to pay for somebody else to be drinking because it's like, what the heck, man? I have all the it's falling apart on me. I gotta.
So yeah, my bottle of this, and I have two of them. I have another one in the case over there, but my bottle of this has been here since we did the very first Mary Mixers.
Yes.
That's when they sent this to me, so I'm shaking it up a little bit.
Yeah, and you really have to shake it because the strawberries do settle. So please shake. So one of the nice thing about this one is that you can, besides it being all natural, gluten-free, vegan, no high fructose corn syrup, no MSG, no additives, no preservatives, nor colors. You can mix this with tequila,
I think what we'll do first, by the way, is you got silver?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So tequila, you can mix it with vodka.
I have Crater Lake, but I was going to use my Dripping Springs tonight. So
First, I have it here. You can use gin, or I didn't pull out the bottle of rum. You can also use rum.
or you can do moonshine.
Hello, moonshine. We got to have them actually add that to the label and say and moonshine.
Well, I'm sure that they've never thought about it, but tonight will be the first time a Mary's Mixers has tasted. No, I did it too before, but I'm going to taste it with moonshine.
So one of the other things that's here is champagne.
Oh yeah, I still have some in the refrigerator too.
Yeah. So the nice thing about champagne is that you don't need a lot. It's like you're adding. It's almost like a mimosa, strawberry mimosa.
I might go out there and try that too.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go with their mixture, by the way, this time.
3-1. So it is
3-1.
One of the things that I'm going to be doing, because I always forget, is I'm going to be sugaring my. So normally with the margarita, it's you're salting the rim. With this, I'm sugaring the rim. And you can add food coloring to your sugar, so that way you get a little bit of pink or red, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And the liquor store here in Wilsonville, they do have this letter color. Oh, I'm gonna have to try to pull this out because my okay, it's gonna stay that way. No worries. You can add color to it, so that way you get a little crystallization on the end. Because I only have my large cube, I'm gonna stir. I'm not gonna shake.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't either with that, with the large.
Right. So it's 3-1. Because the last time I tried to shake a large ice cube, I made a mess. Just like when you put carbonation.
Just like last week when I put in when I put the champagne in there. So this one here is with I shake mine up. So I was gonna mine has a look of a Bloody Mary. It's got a tomato red to it, which I expected this. All right, even though I didn't expect it to be a different color red.
Yeah, it's more red than it's a deeper red or yeah. Mine has an orangey feel to it. I'm gonna have to get a picture with the Patron. So, but it's a process. Hopefully, I don't make a mess here in the process.
I'm popping lids back on so I don't spill all over my desk. But yes, we can play the picture game. Where's my phone? Picture 1. Well, I like it with the tequila.
Yeah, so there's Patron and Mary's, and I'm trying to get a good. I'm gonna drop this one.
Yeah. But I am going to compare them. So I'm not going to fully drink this down because I'm going to compare them with the vodka and see what I like, which one I like better.
Right.
No.
A great idea on that. So I liked adding the sugar to the rim because the mixer didn't have a tangy taste to it.
Yeah.
I got a strawberry over here. There we go. That way you know it's a strawberry. Or you can even put it on the inside. Let me grab one of my fruit salad over here.
So I'm going to move on to mixing the second one, and then I will taste the two, and then we'll throw our mystery one in. Which one you do? I'm going to do moonshine for my third, not gin for my third.
All right, I'm going to get another picture with the strawberry there because it just looks pretty. Because that gives it a different feel. And I want the Marys to be in the background, so you gotta make it fun. This is part of, I was just having this conversation with somebody that I said, you know what, you gotta make it fun. If you make it fun, then that gives your drink that much of a different look and feel. You want to drink it because it just looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
So
I didn't bring any decorations for the outside of my glass. I just was trying the mixers out tonight.
This is very refreshing.
Is that still with the tequila?
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that. So what we are pairing it with, so
talk about the pairings while I'm gonna shake up this third one here, second one.
So we got Sorbet. I got Open Nature because that's the only brand that has Sorbet at the store. This is a blueberry acai. I wanted strawberry. I couldn't find it. My goodness, my nose is itchy. So that's the way it comes out. What I do is that whenever you're working with ice, any type of ice cream, you want some warm water to in order to make it easier to scoop. Because you might have to scrape the top, but having that warmth will make it a lot easier to scoop. So whenever, and it doesn't have to be hot water, it can be just the warm water. Your sorbet is not going to scoop as beautifully as your ice cream will. You just kind of have to play with it. I almost went to Baskin Robbins to see if they had a sorbet, but I bought this yesterday. I was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to deal with it the next day because what if they don't? And so I didn't do that. One of the other things you can do that I was thinking of had blueberry acai is pretty good. One of my thoughts was that I wanted to take some of the sorbet and then just add some of the mixer over it to make it almost like a float, a sorbet. Yeah. So I thought about that, and then you top it off with soda water to get the fizz.
Yeah.
The other thing was a fruit salad. So I made my fruit salad. I chopped up the cantaloupe, honeydew. I threw in some raspberries, strawberries, pear, apple, blueberries, kiwi. I had a dragon fruit. I didn't put that one in there. So after I mixed it, what I did was that I got some raw sugar, some honey, lemon juice, and chopped up mint. And I mixed that up. Then I threw that over it and I covered it. And I've just been shaking it because what that does is that it brings out all the juices from all the fruit. Mm-hmm. And it makes the fruit salad taste just absolutely delicious. So that's what I did with this one. So, okay. And depending on your fruit and your mix, you can get different flavors, but when you get the juices of the fruit to come out, it's going to be absolutely delicious.
Okay, I'm done shaking now. I can put the shaker aside. I have all my drinks mixed up.
Hopefully you know which one's which.
Oh, yes. I've actually put them next to. I'm actually putting them next to what I'm drinking them with.
Okay.
Which I actually made the photo with all three of them because I have the drink in front of what it's made with.
Thank you. I was going to ask you to make sure you took a picture, so you took care.
And I do have a picture of every one of them in front of the there. So again, a taste of tequila. Here we go, tequila. Got the saltiness in the tequila lime saltiness. I love that.
Okay.
The vodka brings out more of the fruit and the strawberries.
Okay.
Interesting. And one thing I should have brought in here today was extra handy pads to wipe my hands because they're all sticky already.
Yeah.
And the last one I'm going to try is
The moonshine just perfect.
The moonshine because it's corn.
Okay.
So you think the corn whiskey type thing?
Yeah.
The corn, all right. And I think this is a triple grain. I'm gonna wait a second. Let me make sure which grains are in this one. This one here is.
My vodka isn't being very nice to me right now. Come on, Crater Lake. Don't be mean to me. Don't make me pull out the other stuff because I will. For whatever reason, I can't seem to get this out.
So yeah, it's corn and sugar. So that's what's making that's what makes the sweetness with it with putting with the strawberry.
That just goes very well. Nice.
So, but I've got the fruit salads here. All right. Now I did get a raspberry sorbet, and I was able to scoop off a little bit of it, so it does scoop very well with the spoon.
Yeah.
I always keep melons in my refrigerator. By the way, it is something that I've learned as part of my eating healthy. Is a thing of fruit I have every day. I almost always have pineapples or pineapples or what's the orange one called? Cantaloupe. Yeah. But sometimes I have watermelon depending on if there's some available.
Yeah.
But I almost always have pineapples in my refrigerator. Just pineapples are good. That's my source of vitamin C that I get. So,
yeah, I freeze. The last time I got a pineapple, I froze it and then I pulled it out later on, and I was very impressed with going, hey, that's not bad. I did good on that one. So let's see if I can get a picture with this one. So this one, the color is the same.
Mm-hmm.
And let's okay. All right, that's not too bad. The other thing, when you can always sugar your strawberry too before you put it on there. That way, again, decoration makes it look different, pretty. Put one over here, and then the Mary's mixer. I'm gonna do these. I'm gonna put the Mary's mixer in between these two guys, just because. Where's my lid? Because we got to get pictures, y'all. You know, if we wait to get our pictures, then we're gonna forget, and we're not.
Yeah, we always forget them.
Yeah, I've done that before. We don't want to do that. We don't want Mary to be more attached to the Crater Lake over here. So that's a pretty picture. I like that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first.
Got to have the fun pictures. That's part of the fun of what we do, because as we like the way we drink, we got to enjoy the way we drink. Your moonshine tastes good.
I'm telling you, it's a toss up between the tequila and the moonshine. The vodka is just giving a blander taste. Not that it's a bland taste; it's just a blander taste. Both the moonshine and the tequila have an extra punch to it in flavor. Not like a kick in alcohol, but a punch in flavor. All right, and that's just because the way your moonshine is going to have a sweeter taste to it because it's corn,
right?
And your tequila is going to have a saltier taste. All right,
yeah,
based on how it's made. So, All right, so I just did it with the fruit. And oh my gosh, blows me away.
There's the mint and a raspberry.
Oh, it's like a sweet and sour explosion with the tequila and the sorbet.
Yeah. So
All right, let's try with the vodka. The sorbet puts a flavor snap into the vodka. It gives it, you know what I mean? It gives that sweet sour kick. Yeah. Which I get the feeling the sorbet with the moonshine might be sweet.
well, a lot of times when it comes to fruit, any margarita, if you start with your base margarita, you can always add fruit to it.
Yeah.
You also need to add some sugar, some simple syrup to it. I've always liked my Bloody Marys on the rocks. That blended stuff, I don't care for it. It's like I'm eating ice.
Okay. So no, I got to tell you about now. I made extra. I made a jar of that Cajun one last week, right? A little mini, well, like a mason jar, a small mason jar, pint, and had it left over. Well, Friday or Saturday, I think it was Saturday afternoon. I pulled it out, and I'd been in the refrigerator since Monday because it was mixed. I put the alcohol mix into it and everything. So all I had to do was take it out, shake the jar,
and then pour it.
Pour it over some ice and put a stick of celery into it. Oh my gosh, it gets better with age. That got better with age, all right, and that's because it had the peppers into it. It had the jalapeno juice into it.
Oh,
that's why. Oh man, it just with age it was so much better. Well, of course, I made some chili to go with it on Saturday.
Well, of course.
It's cold. Do some chili when it's cold. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, these mixers are absolutely good. I was talking to him to say, hey, we're gonna need you to come back on, and the pina colada and or the what was the other one that he was talking about? Oh, the so maybe a pina colada in April, and then the margarita mix, the regular margarita mix in May.
Yeah, yeah.
So we can always do our own against that one, or that one against another flavored one, like the M&T or Mr. M and Mr. T, something like that. MT
T is one of them, yeah.
And so there's various things we can do, but these mixers are not.
Mr. T is what I got because let's face it,
it's easy.
Brand. Until I was in a liquor store one day and they tried to get me to taste Zing Zang.
Oh, yes.
Zing Zang was really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, though. Mary's Mixers.
Yes. True story on that. That is
very. And I'm not saying that because they give it to us.
No, when he tasted it, I mean, that is one thing with Tim, y'all. If you haven't been hearing us over the last year and a bit, year and a half, if there's something that he's very much, I like this, and then he tastes something else that he will say, okay, I will give that to you. That one is better. Or I don't normally drink this, but paired with this, okay, I will drink it with this. So very specific, and that's okay. Kind of like green beans. I'm very specific how I eat my green beans because I've never liked them growing up. So,
boy, could we talk recipes on this show.
Oh, food is yummy. Just little things you can do to spice up your food and drink. And I'm curious about this. So I'm gonna do it here just because I want to see how that would taste.
You're gonna do it over the fruit?
Over the sorbet, actually. See how I like that.
I didn't bring an extra dish in to do that with tonight.
Oh.
I'm telling you, the sorbet went real well.
Yeah. And I think that this Mary's Mixer strawberry would do delicious over vanilla ice cream, making a a Mary's Mixers float. Oh, I think I have vanilla ice cream at home.
Remember all the things that we said we were going to try to do with Mary's Mixers? Yeah.
It's the other one of the things.
All right, that's our new code name for Mary's Mixer. It's dinner in a bottle.
The funny thing is, you say that because one of the things I was thinking of, I want to use the Mary's Mixers to make my Mexican shrimp cocktail.
Yes. I think that would really put some spice to the flavor. Yeah.
And it is so easy to make. If you either cook your own shrimp or get pre-made shrimp that are already cooked, chop them into pieces, add green onions, tomatoes, cilantro, lemon juice, the Mary's Mixer's Bloody Mary cocktail mixer, whichever one you prefer, original or spicy. Mix it up, see how you like that. And if you need something else, then put cucumber. That's another thing I love to add to it, cucumber and tomatoes, if I didn't say tomatoes already. It is like a pico de gallo with shrimp and a few extras, and it is absolutely delicious. I haven't done it with Mary's Mixers, but growing up, I used to use V8.
Yeah.
That's what I used to use because it was a little bit thicker, and we always had it in the house. So V8 into my shrimp cocktail. So now it's going to be with Mary's Mixers as my next way of doing my shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
So you can do so much with so many different things. Play with it. And if you want to do a shot of something, you can add some moonshine, some tequila, some vodka. Put it at the bottom of the shot glass. Then put your shrimp cocktail with Mary's Mixers in there. Maybe top it off with a little bit more of Mary's Mixers. You got a little. That's a cute little appetizer you can have as a welcome if you're having a gathering right before dinner, right after dinner. You do a toast. So instead of using the other thing you can use it on is oysters. You can do that. But I was thinking with the shrimp cocktail, that's very light. With the oysters, there's a lot of people that don't like oysters, so do it with shrimp. Do it with the cocktail. Do fun stuff.
But it would make a neat shot glass. Put the oyster into it. I mean, make it an oyster shooter. Same thing with the shrimp, though. Make a smaller piece of shrimp in the shot. Make it a shrimp shooter, but you're gonna have to chew on the shrimp a little bit more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's so many things you can do and try, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
It's we enjoy experimenting. That's one thing that this podcast has allowed, I think, both of us to do is do some experimenting, whether with our drinks or with our food. We're taking a recipe that we have known or found and then make it our own. How do we timify it or gladify it? Make it just a little different to add our favorite flavors in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I like the tequila a little bit better than the vodka.
The tequila is better than the vodka.
It truly is. And
I'm betting though. I'm betting it would be really good with the champagne or rum as well.
I'm wondering how it would taste with rum, and I do have the rum at home, the light rum. I would put a spiced rum in it. I don't think that would go well.
No, spice rum would be too much. I think just a regular white rum. No. But tequila is the drink with this, man. I love the moonshine, but I'm telling you, the tequila is better.
So I'm debating. So I found out, I should have known. Crater Lake.
Hey, Robert, thanks for coming by tonight.
Hey there, Robert. Crater Lake does have a gin.
Yeah.
And I almost got it, but I did ask Stafford Liquor. I said, what do you think of it? Because I don't remember ever tasting their gin. Yeah. And they said, because I said, well, I'm not a big gin drinker, but I will do Botanist because it's not elderberry-ish forward. That's that elderberry that's a little too much for my palate. But I will drink Botanist. For somebody who doesn't like gin, I can actually drink this over an ice cube. It's really good. So this is the gin that I go to when I do drink gin. And so I said, which one? And he says, well, the one we say to people is, if you want a nice smooth, go with the Botanist. You can't go wrong. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to go with that. I still want to taste the Crater Lake gin, but I'm going to try to find a small bottle or find where there's the tasting so I don't have to buy a whole bottle of it. So that's why I went with the Botanist. But truly, I wanted to do Crater Lake because I knew I'd be pulling out the Crater Lake vodka.
Wait a minute. Did you send me a sample? Or maybe, did you send me the sample or did they? Hold on. Let me go to my bar real quick.
Okay. I don't think I sent you something small, but
They may have sent it to me.
oh yes, I did send it to you.
You sent it to me? Okay.
I did. When I sent you the package, the care package, what is in there? I don't know that if there's a gin in there or not. If there is, I'm going to buy that little guy.
Vodka.
Okay. Is that the coffee one?
Hazelnut espresso.
Oh, okay.
Hey, we're going to have to do these. Rye whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Pepper vodka.
Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to try the pepper vodka. That looks orangey. Their label's green.
Well,
What is that one?
oh, I'm trying to get it in front of my camera. I can't quite make it out.
I don't know what that one is.
Sweet ginger, I think it says.
Oh, yeah. That one has an interesting taste. I have tasted
Sweet
that.
ginger vodka and then Prohibition gin.
Ah, that's the one. Okay.
I think you should get the sample pack, and we should do that. We should do the sample. We should go through the sample pack.
Yeah, I will pick that up because I got that specifically to send to you when I sent you the smaller bottle of this one.
Yeah.
Because of size. It was so funny that the other one, I actually just bought the smaller one to keep at home. This bigger one is here. I should probably take this one home and bring the small one here. But I sent you the smaller bottle because of the box that I had. It was going to fit nicely in that. And then I put in all the other goodies. But yeah, so that's why I got the Botanist. Although I did want to get the Crater Lake. The other one that I wanted to pick up, but they didn't have there. They're like the what? Is the Trail Distilling gin, because one of their gins is, if you like whiskey, you will like that gin, because after they've made the gin, then what they do is that they put it into a charred barrel to finish it, which gives that kind of whiskey-esque taste to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and the other, oh my goodness, yeah, you can smell the other thing that Trail Distilling, their gin is a little bit citrus forward, which is also pretty good. So this will be, I'm debating if I should add sugar to this one or not. This is gin, so I'm going to go without the sugar, because I think that will, it just has, gin just has a different flavor palette. It's not your everyday. So we're going to,
I'm going to, now that I've sampled everything, I'm going to do a little experiment.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, what you going to do?
See the sorbet?
Uh-huh. Oh, there you go. Good job.
Sorbet into the mixer with the alcohol.
There you go.
Make it a little spiked punch, shall we?
Oh my goodness. Yes, spiked punch. I like that idea. This one is there. And where's my...
A little bit of differentiating in taste, but it still tastes all right.
Oh my goodness. The gin does have a little bit of a... That is different. Okay. I mean, the tequila still has a good flavor in there.
Yeah.
It really does. Let's see if I can get a little bit more of the sorbet to get the flavor of the sorbet with the gin. Yeah, the sorbet is a little too sweet for the gin. It's okay, but it's not accentuating. I didn't care for that as much.
See, to me, the sorbet worked best with the tequila one as well.
Yeah.
So tequila is just, I think tequila is just a great, I think it's a great mash, if you want to say a flavor, all right, with the Mary's mixers. So,
Oh, definitely did not like my fruit salad. The between the sugar, honey, and lemon in there,
mhm.
it clashes. It absolutely clashes with the gin. Your fruit salad doesn't have all the stuff. You just have the fruit. So
Yeah.
for you, it might taste a little different with me because I added all those added items. It's like, yeah, not so much. So, and again, I'm not a big gin drinker. It goes well with the strawberry mixer. Yeah, that it goes well with, but not a good pairing. This would be a pairing with a savory, something
Yeah.
savory. Oh, I think I might have. Did I throw some chips up? I just thrown these chips down here, and I said, oh. So let me go with
With a salty chip.
Juanita's, the best chips. Okay, definitely with salty, savory. That goes better that direction. Yeah, these Juanita's chips are just the best. And leave it to Juanita's to save the day with gin. Do you think your moonshine would have tasted better with something savory?
I think the moonshine tastes fine with everything. I'm just saying, out of the,
You would prefer it tastes a little bit better with the tequila.
it tastes better with the tequila.
Oh.
Everything matches with it. Everything matches with both of them. The odd one out was the vodka. Now it wasn't. The vodka wasn't off-putting to the point I wouldn't drink it.
Right.
It didn't pop like the other two did. So if I only had vodka on my bar, it would go well. I'm not. It's not a bad drink. It's still a good drink. All right. But if I had a choice between vodka or tequila, I'm going to have it with tequila.
And it has nothing to do because it says margarita on the side of it. It just goes better.
But when you have something that says margaritas, margarita mixes tend to go better with tequila.
Yes.
That's just, I mean, and I'm not a margarita drinker, but that's just a fact. A margarita mix is going to go better with a tequila. That's what it's meant to go with. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. I mean, again, the moonshine tastes good with it.
Yeah.
I prefer the moonshine over the vodka, but I prefer the tequila over the moonshine. And I'm a moonshine guy. I'll drink moonshine out of the bottle all day.
Right. So that tells you it's what is the pairing? What goes best together?
Out of everything we've had here tonight, both the raspberry sorbet and the fruit, they both put the sorbet gives plays the sweet sour game with the tequila, all right, and it's kind of an even keel with the sorbet is kind of an even keel with the moonshine. Even putting the sweet of sorbet in and then putting the vodka in my mouth, it's still a bland taste. All right. The fruit salad, though, would take the vodka and give it a little more juice.
Okay.
So,
Mm.
And I had 3 different fruits. The watermelon, of course, watermelon always is going to go good with moonshine. It's a great pairing, right? Um, watermelon usually goes good with tequila, so that was good with that. The cantaloupe, all right, really, really fed off of the tequila in the mixer, and the pineapple went off more off of the moonshine. So.
And I always go towards the savory because I love savory over sweet. Mm. But the tequila, in my opinion, was the best.
It is. Second best is moonshine. You got to try it with some white lightning. You don't have many. You don't have many. I got to get you some packs of white lightnings up there. I'm not sure you have what we have down here.
I got a little moonshine guy, little taster thing. There was did I send you a moonshine pack?
Yeah, from Midnight Moon.
Okay.
And Midnight Moon, not your greatest moonshines. So you put American Born. You put Tim Smith. All right, they're going to be really good if you can get it. You only can get this on the east coast. All right, or the mountains in Tennessee. Is Sugarland's original. I think it's called Daytona.
Oh my goodness! I wish I would.
You're breaking up real bad.
You too. It like went black on me.
Oh wow. Okay. Now what were you saying?
I said when I was in Tennessee, I should have tried to look for that. I didn't even think about looking for moonshine in Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee. All right. So Sugarlands. All right. Sugarlands has a lot of stuff in stores, but it's all the flavored stuff.
Mm.
The original White Lightning Sugarlands is really good, and the original Tim Smith's is really good. Okay. So I have Tim Smith's and American Born. They're my 2 favorites to get from commercial. All right, in moonshine. I've had the other one people talk about is, what's the other one that they get it's really popular out of there? Oh gosh, and I have some of it too. I can't think of it, but like it's their White Lightning is not as great as like your American Born.
Okay.
All right, yeah, American Born. I get this at. I get this one here, American Born at Goody Goody. Goody Goody here has it, but Total Wine and More does not.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Total Wine and More has Tim Smith's original, but they don't have, you know what I mean? But they don't have the American Born. They have an awful lot of Sugarlands type stuff too. So.
Okay. Can they order it though, or is it one of those that they don't distribute?
American Born, it depends on who distributes. That's why I think if there is a Total Wine and More in your area, they have the lock on Tim Smith's. Nobody else can get it but them.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's not one in your area.
Yeah, I just have to cross the river into Washington, and there's a Total Wine and More. That's where I go when I can't find something in Oregon. I head on up to Washington.
Yeah. You don't have Goody Goodies, do you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Texas brand. But I found the American Born, and we have a moonshine bar here called Mashed. MASH-D, Mashed.
Oh, that's funny.
It started out as a moonshine bar, then it turned into just another gastro bar, and then they started to bring back as people started to go away, they started to bring back their moonshine roots. Yeah. Something about you take away the roots of what builds you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway.
So, I have some strawberry flavored soda water, so I'm going to throw a little bit of that on top.
Some seltzer water and.
give it a little bit of fizz.
Yeah. I'm betting the champagne would be a good hit.
Yeah. And the great thing about Mary's mixers, y'all, it's so good you can just drink it just like that. You don't need to mix it with alcohol. You can just have it just like that, and it'll be delicious.
Ruben says, even though it's 42 degrees, we've inspired him to have tequila and sorbet.
That's a good idea.
Go for it, Ruben.
There you go. I remember many eons ago, 20 years ago, I was living in Southern California at the time, and had gone to the movies at the Universal City Walk Theater. I think it was a Regal. So it's 11:30, 12 o'clock, whatever time it was. It's freaking cold. And by freaking cold, I meant like 42 degrees, maybe even 52 degrees, who knows. For Southern California, it was cold because it's nighttime. And I come out shivering, and there's this ice cream place right at the corner, right as you come out. And there's people with their ice cream shivering underneath the heat lamp, eating ice cream. I know it's like only in Southern California would you be doing that. I mean, other places you eat ice cream, but because it's cold, just because you can, but there it's like they're shivering and yet heat lamp, ice cream.
Yeah. So just to show you what I like and don't like. Vodka glass, moonshine glass,
all gone.
Tequila glass. There's hardly anything left. No, I don't finish them all because that's a lot of alcohol to put in one night. So and yeah, that's the one thing I learned about doing this podcast is you got to regulate what you do, or it's a pain to clean up afterwards.
Yes, no kidding.
Because a lot of this stuff I can't leave sit till tomorrow to clean up.
Right. Oh, one time I spent a little bit more time here after the podcast because we were talking and planning for the next week. And then I realized, oh, shoot, I have my board meeting. I'm like, I kind of piled everything together, and what could stay here, stayed here. What needed to go into the sink, went into the sink, and I left. And then, of course, the next morning I was here at 8 a.m. and nobody was here. So I'm like, okay, I got to clean my dishes, clean up my mess.
Yeah.
I try not to leave things all over because I want to come back to a clean desk. But every so often, it's like priorities. And the priority was I needed to get to a board meeting, so I just left everything here.
Yeah.
That could be.
I try to clean up this. It's on my schedule to clean up my office desk because stickiness. If I let it sit,
right,
and I get in tomorrow morning and I forget, and I put one piece of paper down on it, it's sticky.
Yeah.
Nope, not going to do that anymore. So
yeah, I feel a little. It's fine, but I still feel a certain level of stickiness on my fingers, so I don't like that.
So yeah, I clean. That's what makes me clean up everything on Monday night. But Monday night is the night that my desk literally gets clean. So I squirt a cleaner onto it and clean it off. So yeah, that is the one advantage to our show is I get to clean my office once a week.
There you go.
So anyway,
but try out. What other mixtures do you like? What else are you all trying? Is there something that you say, ooh, this is delicious. Let's try it. You know what? We're going to try it. We're going to let you know what we think. We're going to pair it up against what we know, like, and trust against something new.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Mary's Mixer's Bloody Mary mix up against Mr. T and Zing Zang, which the Zing Zang is good. Mary's Mixer's is still better. It has more depth to it. It's just delicious.
It is. I talking with Greg, having him on the show. All right. He has more of a heart behind what he's creating. All right. Kind of like us in the show. We have a heart for our flavor palettes. Is why we're doing the show. Not because we want to do a show, not because we're just alcoholics. No, we have a flavor palette that we're talking about every time. And that's why we do things. Greg has that. And that's that flavor palette comes out in his mixers. Zing Zang, they're trying to get rich. I'm not picking on Zing Zang. They got a great quality product that fits the mass market. All right. It's not, but we're looking for stuff that's just off the beaten path that makes my mouth explode with flavor when I do it.
Well, I will tell you, as I was picking up this strawberry one today, he had this one palette of Mary's Mixers that when it got made, they didn't make it to his specifications. They were missing a lot of his flavors. It's still a great base to start with, but there was no way he was going to put that on the racks. He's like, no. He goes, that's not what I wanted. He goes, this is a basic starter that you need all the other ingredients to make it Mary's Mixers. He goes, so I can't call it Mary's Mixers. So he's got all this Bloody Mary mix that is not going to go on the shelves.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, okay, who do I know locally that can use it? Because he can't even send it to the food bank because it says Bloody Mary on the label. So they can't do that. And the label doesn't easily come off. So it's like, okay.
You know what? You know what could be done with those?
What's that?
It could be a great starter for like a tomato soup. Great starter for that could be like we do wine. When wine sits here, what do you do with it? You cook with it.
Right.
Your older wine, you just use it to cook. You know what I mean? All right. That's what it can be. So, I mean, and that's what he should do with it is he should find a kitchen that can just, you know what I mean? You're not going to sell it out of the bottle. You're going to pour it into a recipe.
And we do have a couple of soup kitchens out here in Portland.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make I will be sharing that with them and saying, hey, have you thought of reaching out to the mission or to, there's, oh my goodness, there's Blanchet House. Yeah. They do feed people. And so it's like, hey, if you're going to make soup, here's a great way to make soup with.
Yeah, I think it would be a great starter to a good tomato soup as well.
So. And that's what made me think of putting his Mary's Mixer into a Mexican shrimp cocktail.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And he's like, it's a great starter. He goes, hey, who wants it? And they could use it to, start their own Bloody Mary, as a, because he has so much of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't toss it. He just, what can we do with it so it doesn't just get tossed?
That's it. You just find something to do. You know what I mean? You find something to do with it. So what are we going to do next week?
Next week we have, let me look at my list here because I think we had said what we were going to do. Let me see if I can find my notes because me and notes, everything is notes related. Oh, there it is.
I found it.
Okay. It's 3-6, fish and chips with Irish beer, wine, or soft drink.
Yeah.
Fish and chips. And with fish and chips, I'm definitely going to be buying that. I just have to see what's local in the area that does a good fish and chips.
That's the thing I'm going to look for is a good fish and chips that I can get and just put on the show. So.
Yeah. And I'm thinking Boston's Market might. I think they have fried chicken. So I'm thinking if they're frying chicken, they might be frying fish too. If I was closer to downtown Portland, then I could probably find more places. But being where I'm at, I'm in the burbs, less options. But I'm sure that we have them out here. It's finding something that's going to hold, and it needs to be picked up late in the afternoon so that it is pick it up, do the podcast because you don't want it sitting.
Exactly. So.
Okay.
All right. So that'll be an interesting show next week. All right. This week here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say, Greg, your strawberry margarita mix goes very, very well with tequila. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
Right. So thank you all for being here this week. Grab some fish and chips, grab some Irish something to drink. Meet us here, and then you can post, hey, this is what I'm having. Upload a picture of what you're eating or drinking. We'd love to see those. Those are always a lot of fun. And then we will be giving you our take on what we prefer based on what we find.
And I'm sure we're going to have fun doing it.
Absolutely. That's part of the fun because you got to like the way you drink. Otherwise, don't do it.
Why are you doing it? Yeah, that's right. So, well, tell them about you and your business. All right. Since it's your business in mind that puts this podcast on every week.
That's right. I am Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design, helping small business owners with their employee benefits. What business do you know that wants to attract and retain quality staff and doesn't know how to do it? Guess what? There's 101 ways to attract quality staff. Have them give me a call. Go to insurancedesignpros.com. Send me a message. We'll get together. And this is my co-host.
Hey guys, Tim Gillette, Simple Easy Marketing. All right. We do everything from websites to internet training, on marketing and you name it. One of the best ways you can find me is timgillette.com. That's timgillette.com. Tells you a little bit about me, my company, everything along the lines. All right. And it'll tell you how to get hold of me. And let's find out what we can do to help you. So
Thanks for
with that, I guess we're going to wrap up, huh? Yeah.
We are, and that's okay. Sometimes we go a little long, and sometimes we hit it right on schedule, and sometimes, you know what? It's okay. We've had our share of fruit and sorbets and drinks.
We have had our share of alcohol tonight, so we're not going to drive. I'm kidding, guys. All right, guys, have a great week. We will see you guys next Monday night. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, y'all.